Hello everyone, my name is Gabby and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super review. This time we're reviewing episode 33. The first fight of the tournament begins between Goku and Botamo. Botamo has the ability to cancel out every one of Goku's moves, but then Goku realizes Botamo, despite this ability, isn't all that strong. So he easily grabs Botamo and throws him out of the ring to win the match. The next opponent for Universe 6 is Frost, an alien who looks just like Frieza, including having the same voice and the ability to transform. Unlike Frieza, however, Frost is actually a nice guy and dedicated to preserving peace throughout the universe. Goku turns Super Saiyan and easily beats Frost, even in Frost's final form, until suddenly Goku starts feeling faint and Frost uses that opportunity to send him outside of the ring. Goku has lost the battle. So, what did I like about this episode? For one, I honestly did enjoy the Goku-Botamo battle. No, it wasn't particularly incredibly high stakes, high action, whatever, but it was short and sweet, and I think it really felt like early Dragon Ball. Just the Botamo's unique body he can just deflect any sort of attack that Goku sends at him. Jacko said it might be because he sends it to another dimension, but no one actually knows for sure. But yeah, it really reminds me of early Dragon Ball, and by that I mean the fight between Goku and Bouillon, Red Ribbon Army, Muscle Tower section. Bouillon has this body that just makes him improvised all attacks. Then Goku just thinks outside the box, and then he's able to defeat him. It's very similar, and it's kind of ironic because I basically I was just rereading the Red Ribbon Army section of the manga, literally the day before this episode came out, so I don't know, it seems kind of appropriate. And then in the fight between Goku and Frost, they pretty much confirmed the speculation that I was talking about last episode, and that it seems like it's definitely pretty much confirmed at this point. Universe 6 is the good counterpart universe. Universe 7, the universe we know about, it's got all the evil stuff. And Universe 6 is where everyone is just amazingly great. Because in this case, Frost is Frieza's counterpart, but he's a nice guy, and he's dedicated to getting peace throughout the universe. It's just great, because at this point it's obviously when you have an opponent's team in a tournament, generally you'll be the opponent's team is even more evil, so that way you justify the opponents, the heroes that we know, being able to defeat them. But in this case, everyone in Universe 6 seems like a really nice guy, and it's just I'm kind of rooting for Universe 6 at this point. Everything in Universe 6 just seems nicer, and everyone just seems nicer, whereas Universe 7 just seems everyone just seems like a jerk in comparison. And even some of the characters are even agreeing with us at this point. Bulma sort of starts cheering for Frost at some point, and then Krillin's just Bulma, you do know what side we're on, right? So it was just really funny, and I just really enjoy this, and I feel like they're going to take this even further, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with it. And of course, I can't review this episode without talking about the ending. That being after just some random small hits, Goku suddenly just becomes dizzy for some reason, and then Frost just takes him out of the ring, and Goku's out. It is the first episode, Goku was already out of the tournament, and that is kind of ridiculous because he is the main character of this show, and he is already seemingly not going to fight, at least for quite a few episodes. I mean, this is the complete opposite of Barba's tournament right now, in that in Barba's tournament, everyone else starts off first, and then Goku comes at the end, and he just beats everyone, 3 out of the 5 contestants, whereas in this tournament, Goku starts off first, he's already out. Now next time it's going to be Piccolo's turn. So it's really interesting. And of course there's the whole scenario as to why did Goku get dizzy? Why is he out so quickly? Basically just, what made him start pretty much just collapse. I'm not going to get onto the whole speculation about this because honestly I think the most important thing about this was that it was a mystery and it is still a mystery. I mean, I was live tweeting this, and when I was watching this, everyone just what the hell is going on? No one expected this. We don't know what has happened to him. They might explain it next episode, but if they don't explain it next episode, then this actually could potentially be a bigger mystery that might end up leading towards something else in the arc. And that would be cool. I don't know what's going to happen, and I guess we'll see next week. As for what I didn't like about this episode, the Goku-Botamo fight was not very well drawn and animated. It looked a bit sloppy at some points. And I think that's just going to show, people are saying the quality of Super is going to get better once the Universe 6 arc starts. And, well, I guess I could agree with that with the story. I don't think the animation is going to improve in leaps and bounds. Especially because, these are fight scenes. Fight scenes take a lot more time and effort to animate. And Super's schedule is screwed up. It is not going to look good for a long time. It is not going to get amazingly better unless Toei decides to like take a 6 month break on and like just not do Super anymore, which they are not going to do because that is just so counterintuitive in terms of the business decisions. So I think we should just judge these fights on just what they're trying to do as opposed to what they are doing, because like knowing that the fights are not going to look that amazing is pretty much expected at this point. But in terms of the story, there was this one at one point where like, Goku's still just punching Botamo to no effect, and then Vegeta's just like, oh, use your head a little, and that's when Goku like manages to defeat him. It made it seem like Goku was not able to figure this out without Vegeta's help. Again, like they did that in the Resurrection F arc as well. It's like they seem to be making Goku a lot more stupid, which I don't really agree with because, yeah, sure, Goku might not be very smart in traditional sense, but he's always been good at working out like opponents' weaknesses and working out like how to get the upper hand in a battle. So I don't want them to just like make Goku more stupid in order to like make Vegeta look better. I don't know if that was just a this episode thing or they're totally changing the characterization for Goku at this point. I don't know, we'll see. As for next episode, now that Goku is lost, it's time for Piccolo's turn. Piccolo is fighting Frost. He is going to try and charge up the Makanko Sapo, or Special Beam Cannon, or whatever you want to call it. And really the question is, whether Piccolo is going to beat Frost at all. I hope he does because, it'd be a bit pointless just having Piccolo there and not actually win at all and just have like his record just be losing once. But we'll see. I'm still excited to see what that's going to be like. And yeah, Piccolo is fighting an opponent on his own. When have we ever seen that? We have not seen that for a very long time, so that will be interesting. So that was Dragon Ball Super episode 33. It was definitely an interesting start to the tournament. It wasn't the best episode, it wasn't the most fantastic way to start the fights, but it was reasonable. What it did was okay. It did one sort of mediocre fight, one pretty okay fight, and it's, leading a whole bunch of questions up for the next few episodes. But of course, I'm probably more interested in some of the later fights, and you're more interested in just working out how this tournament is progressing, because we don't know what's happening, I don't know what's happening, and everyone's just sort of trying to work out what fights are going to be next and how everything is going to be resolved. Either way, I am looking forward to everything that's coming up. So this is Gabby, signing out, and I'll see you all next week. Bye guys!